Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel Linda T70. It's really good to have your company today. Thank you if you're a regular and come and watch my videos all the time. It's great to have your company, and if you just happened on my channel by chance, I hope you stick around. Right, so today, first thing to say is I'm going to show you the Loft decluttering and tidying video. I did it in an afternoon. I've got to make a bit of an apology about the video itself, because when I played it back, I did the first portion as in 3 or 4 short videos. What I couldn't do, I don't know how people do it, as I've said this before, is just continually film me doing stuff and then you speed it up and you put it all together, and that's all a bit beyond me, to be fair. That's all a bit beyond me. So what I did was I just did portions. I showed you what it was like when I started, with a couple of stop starts in the middle where and how it was getting along, and then how it ended up. So and the last one was the following day. So I have to apologise if I say the same thing and repeat myself. I noticed that I've told you the same amusing anecdote, if you can call it that, twice, so I apologise for that. And also I did want to say, oh dear, I'm not really very good at this, am I? The video I did last time of the what was that, the Christmas decoration clear out, that was all a bit topsy-turvy, wasn't it? I spent all day trying to get the little bits in the right order, and then I just couldn't do it in the end, so I just let the video go. I did put something on my community post just to let you know that it might not make a lot of sense, but yeah, I'm sorry. I will endeavour to get better at doing these videos. I'm best off really just sitting here looking at the camera, aren't I? Not going off anywhere. That seems to be an easier thing to do. So as I say, you know, if you think, oh, she's already told us that, I do apologise. What can I say? So, oh, there's always something, isn't there? I thought, well, I won't turn my phone off because nobody's going to be phoning me. So let me just do that now. Sorry, this is becoming a bit of a regular annoyance, isn't it, for you? There we go. There we go. All my public will have to wait, won't they? So yes, so I'm going to show you that after my little catch up with you, my little chat with you. I wanted to thank you, by the way, for all the feedback you've given me about the old downstairs loo. I've had one negative comment from somebody, but other than that, it's all been positive comments, and I'm so pleased that you've taken an interest, really, because you've given me all sorts of ideas, and yeah, you've taken the time to comment on it and to say whether you know, some things you liked and didn't. The main thing that people weren't so keen on was the colour of the mirror. And again, if I've mentioned this in some other video before, I'm so sorry. But I think I did say that I wasn't sure on the colour. It matched the flooring okay, but I wasn't sure if it would look all right. So I did think potentially I could paint it. So I've ordered, several of you agreed that it should be a bolder colour. There was different ideas on the colour, so I've decided on one. So I've ordered some paint to arrive, which should be coming today. So basically I'll do the mirror the way I think, and if you like it, that's great, or if I like it, it's probably more important because I'm the one that sits in there looking at it most of the time, aren't I? I'll keep it. If it doesn't look good, I'll just paint it over, and I'm still waiting for my bits of artwork, so there will be a recap on, if you're really, you know, if you're that interested. If not, when I put it in the video, obviously don't bother watching it, fast forward or something, but I will do you a finalised version of how the little room looks. So but thank you very much for all your interest. I've got a question for you. Oh, by the way, you might notice, I don't know if it looks any different in this light, but I've dyed my hair this morning, because there's no better way of seeing how awful your hair looks than to video yourself. So I've used the usual stuff, This is the Clairol Nice and Easy, and the shade I use is Light Ash Blonde, which is colour 9A. If that's one you like and like to try it, or if you just want to avoid it because you don't like the colour of my hair, that is absolutely fine. I quite like the colour of it today. It's I don't know whether it looks ash blonde or not, but I used to do it a much brighter blonde, and I just thought perhaps the older I got, the less it was suiting me, and it just looked like I had white hair, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course. So anyway, I've been using this, and it does fade off, you know, fairly quickly, so it goes more blondie. But anyway, so I've done that today. So if my hair looks a bit darker to you, that's why. And the other thing I wanted to say to you was, when I was up in my loft, you know, obviously sorting through stuff, I found these two little, the reason I'm showing you these is because I don't know if anybody knows what they're for or why they were made, if anyone's seen anything like this before. Now, these were my grandmother's. So this is two little wooden shoes. Now, they're not a pair because they're different. Well, I wouldn't have thought so, because the wood is a slightly different shade on one to the other, unless my grandmother had them as a pair, as ornaments, and one was out more than the other and faded a bit more. I don't know if that's a thing with these things. They're not, they're just a little gap in there. They don't go right through to the toe. But I've googled wooden shoes. Now, I immediately thought, well, maybe it was practicing for someone who made wooden shoes, you know, like an apprentice or something, because I believe that probably must have been a thing. But I've not really found any wooden shoes that aren't online that aren't either clogs or a bit sort of pointy like this, but got the backs out, so they're a type of clog. So I've kept them. I think they're absolutely hideous. They give me the heebie-jeebies a bit, but I've kept them because they were my grandma's, and I've got nothing else, I don't think, of hers. She died when I was 20, when I was 20. She died just before I was 21, so that's quite a long time ago. And she was well into her 80s at the time, so I don't know. These must be pretty old. She was born in 1890, so during her life she got these, so I don't know why. But if any of you have got any ideas what they could be for, other than, you know, they are some sort of apprentice thing for a carver, or maybe just people made these as just as ornaments, but shoes seem a bit of an odd thing to be an ornament for. But anyway, if you've got any ideas, let me know. Right, I'm just trying to think if I've got anything else to tell you. I'm not sure if anything hilarious has happened to me this week, so there's probably no amazingly funny stories. I did have I always have bizarre conversations with current husband, and he said, because as part of this rejig in the loft, or tidy in the loft, I've ended up with quite a lot of plastic containers, which is great because that makes me feel that I have cleared stuff out. And I've struggled to get all this stuff. I've got stuff in and out of the loft on my own, and it's not really all that easy when you're a big fat old bird and you're balancing on some ladder that probably would rather you weren't balancing on it. But I got everything put back up, and all the rubbish is ready to go to the tip this weekend. And a current husband said to me this morning, have you got those other boxes? So I thought, I said, no, what other boxes? He said, the ones behind the shed. And I said, well, how would I see boxes behind the shed? I thought, well, my x-ray vision's probably letting me down a bit here. Anyway, so he's bought another 8 boxes left over from the car boot that were empty, apart from some coat hangers, which had the clothing that I sent to the car boot hanging on a rail. So I've got those at the top of the stairs, and they need to go up, but you know, it's just something. And I've got quite a pile of stuff in the house to go to the charity shop, and the charity shop closest to me, which is the one I've tended to use because it's the closest to me, I rang them this morning to check they'd take it, because there's some bits of Halloween and some bits of Christmas stuff, and there's also some household things in there, and oh, I don't know, whatnot. But I thought, because it's called the St. Francis Hospice, and I thought, well, I don't know whether I'm offending anyone with the Halloween stuff, because not everyone's into Halloween, you know, not all religious groups appreciate Halloween stuff, do they? But anyway, these people said it was fine, and so they've got to go either today or tomorrow. And current husband will have to help me with that, because there's just too much for me to take on my own, because I'm just a poor little old lady. I've ordered some couple of bits from Dunelm, which they're arriving today, but I'll probably put those in my video on Monday. I know you're beside yourself with excitement, aren't you? I don't think there's anything else. This is just like kind of an introduction really to the video about the loft, and a grovelling apology for it, you know, repeating myself. I know I'm repeating myself when I'm saying I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. There's no stopping me really, is there? I did make a note of some things down here that I didn't want to forget to say to you. So the shoes, the hair colour, apologise, and the artwork in the downstairs loo. I'm going to, did I say this? Oh, I can't remember if I said this bit. I've got some autumn decor, as you know, so I thought I'd do a video of that next week. I mean, I'm not going to put much up. I've seen lots of people showing hauls of autumn stuff, and I'm a bit over it, to be fair. And I think a lot of people in our sort of age group really don't bother that much about it. I think, well, again, I've said this before. I think a lot of the younger late women and men, not just women, younger people have kind of going along with all the putting stuff everywhere, and I'm not. I'm going to put a few little autumny bits around, something around the front of the house, but I'll show you that next week. And so there's a few bits I've got to show you next week, and yeah, so I think that's everything. I shall, if I think of anything else, I'll add a bit on, but we'll get on with the loft video. So I hope you find that interesting. I'd be interested to get your feedback on that, on any ideas of anything else I can do. The only other thing is to put some more shelving up in the loft, which I do speak about in the video. But as for, I just feel it's an uplifting thing. I would tell you what I was watching this morning. There's a lady called, I think she's called Shannon Torrens, something like that, an American lady. She's quite young, and she does a lot of videos, decluttering videos, with her mother in her mother's house. I don't know where they live somewhere in America, and I'm sure she does other stuff as well, but I've only ever, the decluttering ones caught my eye because her mother's obviously travelled quite a lot in her life, and she's got loads and loads and loads of stuff and knickknacks and things she's bought from around the world. And I was watching one of those to kind of get you, if you watch these things, it kind of gets you in the mood, doesn't it? And I was watching one of those last night and one this morning as well. And they're quite a personable pair of people to watch. Sometimes when you get folk have their old grannies or their old mums and that on, you think, oh dear. But they seem to be a lovely couple of women, and they obviously, the channel's very popular. I'm not necessarily saying you've got to subscribe because they're a new channel. They obviously get lots and lots of views, but if you want to give them a look, because I know in the comments a few of you have said to me that, you know, you're trying to get motivated to clear out things, and it's nothing like watching someone else do it really to get you to do that. So I think her name's Shannon Torrens, or Torrance, something like that. I should link it, shouldn't I? I might have a go at that and see. Let's see, shall we, how that goes. But the one I was watching this morning, it was called something about Swedish death cleaning. And I'm obviously the last person in the world to come to that party, because I've seen it, I've seen people with those videos, but I've never actually inquired as to what it was, because to me, you know, you just kind of sort things out or you don't bother. I mean, there's two types of people really, aren't there? But it seems to be you have I googled that as well. She didn't explain it on the video. I think you're just supposed to know these things. If she did, I didn't hear it anyway. But quite often I watch it with the volume. Don't watch videos with the volume off. But you have things that you definitely want to keep, things you're unsure about, and things that you really don't want to keep anymore. And in the article I read, it said you put a corresponding dot of coloured dot on those things, and the idea is that you clear your stuff out before you die, basically. But I thought that made quite a lot of sense, because this lady in the video, the mum of the two, she's got, I mean, I've never had things like this, tons of ornaments and collections and things that she's kept from people that have, you know, they've been pushing up the daisies for many a year. And you know, because people keep all this stuff for all sorts of reasons, don't they? But she's going through, with the help of her daughter and the help of this death cleaning thing, I suppose, because I don't know whether she's got more children than this one daughter, but she keeps saying to this poor girl, well, you'll just end up with all these things. And I'm thinking, oh my God, my children's face, if they thought of, so basically I'm quite pleased I'm doing some of this clearing out, because I don't know when I'm going to peg it, do I? And I don't want to have them sitting there between wailing and crying and missing me and all that stuff I expect them to do. I don't want them sitting there sort of thinking, oh my God, just let's start a bonfire. I want them to have things left that mean something to them as well as me, because my daughter actually went through the birth cards. Do you remember I did my treasures, and I had those books of stuff, books of, you know, I had like 4 or 5 years of every single card I was sent from the moment she was born, from the day she was born until her 4th or 5th birthday, I can't remember what it was now, all stuck in an old scrapbook. And she did actually, the other day she went through them all, and she did take some home with her, because they had special meaning for her, because they were from special people to her. So the rest of that, I'm just not going to look at it anymore now. It's going. I also did, and again, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when each of my children were 30, I made a book for them with, you know, pictures of, not just pictures and stories of them, but things like the day they were born, what was the music that was in the charts on that day, you know, the favourite TV shows they used to watch. You know, I got all sorts of things together and put them in an album each. You know, they weren't, obviously there was a difference in the year that they were born, but, well, not obviously, they could be twins, but they're not. And so they've both got one of those, and I mean, I'd be surprised if they ever look at those, to be fair. But anyway, so she has kept a few, and I thought that was nice. So anyway, I'm going on. So yes, it's good to get rid of, if it's not just for you and you do feel lighter about it, you know, it gives you, when you have a clear out of stuff, it just makes it easier to breathe, I think. And I don't want my kids having to trawl through you know, I did that with my mum when she died, her flat, and actually me and my sister just took the attitude, let's just get rid of it all. And I actually regret a lot of it now, because there's things I really wish I'd kept, but you know, in the moment you just want things to go, and you need to, you know, her property had to be you know, made vacant, and so we had very little time to do it, and I do have regrets about that. Anyway, I've said about 5 times that's all I can think of, and then I think of something else to say to you. But anyway, I'm going now. I will leave you with the rather odd bits of video that I will repeat myself 50 times on. I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye bye for now. So this is the top of the loft ladder. These couple of boxes I brought up with me, and these are empty from the car boot, so I've emptied those out, and I thought I can probably reuse them or just keep them tidily. Looks a bit weird with a couple of elves' feet, doesn't it? Just to sort of show you, the only things I haven't sorted out Christmas decor wise is my trees, and I can't get back far enough to show you at the moment. I've got several Christmas trees, some of which you can just see there. The others are in bags, but I'm going to need to sort those out and donate them before Christmas, because I don't need all of them. This is full of, I think it's got a Father Christmas suit in, because current husband dressed up in lockdown. He dressed up as Father Christmas. He looked quite good actually. This is rubbish. It was an elf ladder I made. And this, I don't really want these, so these could probably go, but this was brought back from the car boot sale, and it's an elf hat tree topper, and I could just quite like it, so I might keep that. But you know, other than that, the stuff's gone. There's a couple of kitchen bits that I only bought last year for Christmas, so the idea is I'll keep the thinking is I'll keep those. But anyway, so I'll just pan the camera around. Apologies again for the lighting. So I mean, look, it's just the floor. There's nowhere I can actually walk without clearing stuff up first. I will stand up in a minute if I can and show you a bit better. But this is the kind of before. I've brought up with me, I've got my phone with me because I'm in the house on my own, and just in case something happens and I get stuck, I've got the phone. Of course no one will answer it if I ring them, but that's the way it goes. So I've got a couple of black bags, I've got a dustpan, a brush and a gripper thing, and a little step thing to obviously to stand on if I need a bit of height for something. So I just don't know what's happened up here. Let me just stop the camera and start it when I'm standing up. Right, this is the hatch. I've got a big strong piece of board there that I've pulled over so I don't fall down it, or things don't fall down. Obviously the water thingy bob. This is the stuff that was sorted, and it's just been shoved up here out of the way, which that's fine. I didn't, you know, I'm going to sort this anyway, but it's just, well, anyway. So I'm going to sort this out. There's some boxes over there. There's Wanda the witch I was telling you about. I'll dig her out in a bit. So as I say, there's some Christmassy bits here. Now, the normal way I do things in here is, oh, there's my little melon, what do you call it, pumpkin man. He sort of does that animatronics thing. He talks when you go near him. Usually on that sort of shelving over there I have the Christmas decorations. These are Christmas cushions and things. There's a lamp there that I don't use downstairs, which I can use up here for additional lighting, but I can't really get to that at the moment. I've got a box of that's wrapping paper. What's that in there? I don't even know what that is. And this is the floor. We seem to have quite a lot of garden gazebos, because over the years we've had various parties. I know I mention this frequently, like we're right old ravers, but you know, it's not like that. They're always family things. And because we've got such a little house, we need some extra help in the garden, and then over the years we've sort of accumulated a few, so there's only so much I can do on my own. This tends to be where I keep the suitcases and other bits and pieces, but I just think I'm going to have to start somewhere and see how far I get. There is lots of things in here. In fact, actually my daughter and myself, I think it was just after Christmas last year, the daughter that's helped me last week with the Christmas decor, She came over because she's great at decluttering and tidying, and she gets it from me. No, I don't think so. And she helped me get rid of a lot of stuff last year. But you know, look at it. Now, I expect a lot of people say, well, my loft's like that all the time, but mine genuinely isn't. I have to have this centre section clear because otherwise it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So anyway, enough of moaning. I'm gonna make a start. I don't really think I'll be able to record as I'm doing it, but maybe I will. I don't know. I'm just not very good at all that stuff. So I will make a start and I shall let you know how I get on. So wish me luck. The bag, I said I don't even know what's in there, or rather I think it was a box. It's actually Christmas bedding, and there's some Super King and some single Christmas bedding in there, so that's going to go to the charity shop. If they take it, I don't know, maybe if they don't you'll let me know, but otherwise it will have to go to the fabric bank thing, whatever. And this bag is full of stockings, and we just never use them. Oh, we never use them anymore, so they can all go. I'm sure a charity shop can use those. I'm getting somewhere. I've managed. I can't even go further back to show you properly yet, but I've managed to pile all these boxes up. The thing about the shape of the eaves, because current husband made this shelving for me a couple of years ago for me to put stuff on, woefully underestimating how much stuff there was, Christmas stuff. But of course, it's the higher you get, the less space you've got. So he did say that he would make something down this end, which, to be fair, you know, I've never kind of thought about it. You don't think about stuff going on in the loft when you're down in the house, do you? But potentially I could ask him to do that, because he's usually got spare bits of wood and things, and he's quite good at, as you know, he's quite good at doing this sort of thing. So I've got quite a lot of the Christmas stuff onto the shelf. I've moved Wanda out. She's having a bit of a lie down at the moment, Wanda the witch. And I've got a little bit of space here. I think that is, I said that's a Santa costume. I think I might keep that because although he doesn't dress up, it was used last year for the school fete. So potentially, actually, we could donate that as well, couldn't we? I don't think he wants to dress up as Fat Santa. I mean, if the children do, it was him anyway, to be fair, but fair play to him. So I will come back to you when I've got a bit more done. So you can't really see much difference, but I feel like I've done something. And I'm quite glad I've got this bit of board. This bit of board is as thick as this, so I feel quite safe standing on it. I mean, I weigh a ton, but you know, it does certainly help. So yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. Now, you probably won't think this looks any better, but I'm telling you, I'm quite pleased with how I've got so far, and I haven't fainted yet. It's absolutely sweltering up here, I suppose because the loft's insulated. So anyway, of course there's more to do, but I'm quite pleased that all the Christmas stuff and bits that I haven't sorted yet, i.e. the trees, are fitting there. This bit here is this is either going, or well, those boxes I'm keeping, but the other bits are going, so they've made their way down that end. There's various of these gazebos that I've got to sort out. We seem to have a pile of children's stuff, like baby stuff. We've got a frame to something or other that we don't have any other bit of it for now, so that's going to have to go. A potty and a toilet seat down there, which my youngest grandchild is out of nappies now anyway, so we're not going to need those again. There's a travel cot down there. I'm struggling a bit with shoving all this stuff around because it's really heavy and I'm a bit old and it's really hot, but I'm going to do as much as I can, and then I might have to do the rest sometime tomorrow. There's a couple, that's the mattress for the travel cot. There's a couple of these units which I got from, I don't know, Argos or something, which had toys in them. and they got on my nerves after a while, so they came up here, and the idea was that when my son gets his house, he'll maybe take them for his children, but I don't really think he'll want them, so I've got to, there's only so much I can do on my own, so I'm going to have to just tidy that. So basically this side has now got all the suitcases. I'm quite pleased about that. Let me show you. Let's try and without killing myself. Ooh, right, so there's Wanda the Witch. She's on her stand. I know it's not a very good view of her probably, but she's there, so she's all bits together. She should have a broomstick, which is down there, but I've just stuck that. That's supposed to be a walking stick with a fancy dress outfit. Stuck that there for now. And there's the creepy scarecrow pumpkin man in the corner. Yeah, so all this I'm going to find space for. I've now freed up most, well, it's not completely freed up, but I'm in the process of freeing up this side. So a lot of it will go here. But we've also got one of those things that stop children falling out of bed, so we don't need that anymore. And this is kind of photos and bits and pieces, paintings, and there's a few old toys there that really are too young for any of our grandchildren, so I think they need to be rehomed. So just showing you what the general idea. As I say, I'm beginning to see the wood for the trees now. Or is it the trees for the wood? But anyway, I'm beginning to see the wood for the trees because although, as I say, it looks a terrible mess still, I'm making sense of it. So I shall come back with you when it's moved on a bit more. Right, this is the end of the day today that I'm doing. I think I've got everything tidied. So just to recap, I mean, you might think, oh, it doesn't look any different because there's still loads of stuff here, but I know what's here and I know where it is, if you see what I mean. So the Christmas triangle there with all of the containers have fitted in there, all the Christmas containers, so I'm quite pleased with that. They all used to be sort of sprinkled round. That's Christmas cushions in that box. Now I can't fit them in a box with a lid, so if they get ruined before Christmas, so be it. I mean, I wash them before I use them. Here's the old scarecrow giving you the eebies, and Wanda. This IKEA shoe thing, I've had this for years. I suppose millions of us have got them, but I'm kind of reluctant to get rid of it because this is one of those things I always think I might have a use for, but I might be kidding myself. This is that lamp that I've got that's up here, which is well, again, it's really heavy as well, so getting it out of the loft, in and out of the loft's a right old farce. That's my son's tent, so that will go when he does, hopefully. If not, I'll be chasing him down the street with it. This side this used to be all cram-packed with suitcases and cushions and things. So these are all empty boxes. So we've got some empty, we've got a little bit of space. This is photos and treasures and memory box stuff. I have my old sewing machine. There's a wallpaper stripper there which has had lots of use over the years. I've got one of these fabric, what do you call them, upholstery cleaners as well. I've used that once. This is the thing to cover our garden furniture, and those things that my son's supposed to take with him, I've just left them there. Worry about it another day. Honestly, I'm so exhausted, I can't tell you. Yeah, there's some old photo frames and bits and pieces. There's a couple of toys. I just haven't got the energy to do anything with them at the moment. Again, these things I bought a while back and we had them in our bedroom, and we changed the style of the room and brought them up here, and I think I should get rid of those as well, so maybe that's something else I can do. This is basically bedding that's been, like duvets and things, so that are in those bags, and a couple of cushions that go on garden furniture. My dog's basket bed things are up there. They only use those when we go in the car on holiday, so we don't need them downstairs. This is when I go on holiday. There's bags and packing cubes in there. Obviously the suitcases all fit there quite neatly. Yeah, so this big island of stuff, as far as I can see, that is all going. Oh, this stuff down here is my son's, so hopefully again when he gets his house and moves out, they'll go as well. Otherwise I will be running down the street with all this stuff. So rubbish, most of this is rubbish. Some of it is fabrics that can be either sent to the I don't know whether as I said, I don't know whether the charity shop takes that sort of stuff, but I'd feel I'd have to wash it, and quite honestly I haven't got the energy. But there's Christmas bedding. This is just all sorts of rubbish that I've come across. Now this is just never going to look tidy, this corner. There's a few of my son's clothes that he doesn't, I think they're suits and things that he rarely wears. And these are gazebo poles and gazebo, you know, the tenty bits. I don't know what the technical word for that is, and I don't know what to do with them, so I just shoved them out the way. And this children's cot bed thing. No, it's a cot, travel cot. That's what I'm searching for. So that's the overall view. What I hope to do, I mean, I don't think I'll do it in time for the video, but I'd like to take a picture of this when it's all the rubbish is gone. But if you can get the idea of what I've done, I think it's a million times better than when I came up here this afternoon. So I'm turning on a dustpan and brush. So apart from the Isle of Doom here, which is all going, I think there's lots of stuff up here, but I know what it is, and basically I want all of it for whatever reason. And I did find a couple of not exactly treasures, but things that in boxes that I thought, oh, I can talk to you those about when I see you again. So anyway, hope you can see what I've done. And I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going to have a shower now because I'm as sweaty as a sweaty thing in a sweaty place. Probably didn't want to know that, did you? I've done my final tidy in the loft, so hopefully I won't ever have to mention that word to you again. So just I've got rid of the island of rubbish, so just to show you. So this is all Christmas. There's virtually no Halloween stuff left apart from these two figures. Christmas trees there. That's something I need to go through, and some other trees there which I need to, I'm pretty sure that I can get rid of some of those. I just don't need them. And on this side of the room, which used to be suitcases, I've got some empty boxes. This box here, I just put the hanging suits that belong to my son, and hopefully they'll be going as and when he does. They probably won't though, because you know what kids are like. Underneath is the gazebos. I think we've got two currently. One is a 3 foot by 3 meters by 2 meters, I think, that goes across the back of our house with that sort of concertina frame, which we don't want to get rid of. And the other one is a 3 by 4 weatherproof blue one, which, so I've just shoved the canvas for both of those under here. I'm assured by current husband that we need these, so there we go. Yeah, so empty boxes, a few boxes of bits and pieces I don't want to get rid of. There's a couple of picnic bags. They could probably go, but just haven't got it in me to throw anything, to get anything more out of the loft now. I've just taken all the rubbish down, and that was quite hard work. The furniture cleaner thing, my old washing machine, and my wallpaper stripper, which I have used on numerous occasions, as you can imagine. The sewing machine, I've thought about selling it, I don't know, but when I do my craft room, when we have our when we regain control of our third bedroom, I'll bring it down and see what I want to do with that. A couple of those shelf things that hopefully will go with when my son's got his house. Just a spare little table. I've got lots of little tables downstairs and I move them around. Excuse me. And the IKEA shoe unit thing. One day the use of that will come back. Some pictures and paintings. Just sort of neaten this corner. This is actually, we've got 2 leaves for our dining table. One I keep downstairs in the cupboard under the stairs for handiness. We used it at the weekend because we just checked it, the table wasn't big enough. And at Christmas time we use this one as well. And this bench goes with a dining suite. Dining suite is not suite, just dining table and chairs. And I was going to get rid of it. We use one in the hallway, which is really handy for sitting on when your kids are putting shoes on or we're putting shoes on and off. But current husband doesn't want to get rid of that. So this is all the suitcases. They're not all ours. Some are my son's. The posher ones tend to belong to him. And some bedding that's ready for winter. In the corner, doggy beds up there. I know I told you all this yesterday, but you can never hear enough about my loft, can you? These are some additional bits, a big old mirror which I might well use again somewhere, and some artwork which I'm kind of reluctant to get rid of because I do sort of every now and again I have a change round. Wander the Witch, there we go, and scary pumpkin scarecrow man in the corner, and yeah, this thing is one of those light up parcel things, and to be fair I forgot about it, but I tend to use that every Christmas, so that can have a reprieve for a bit longer. So and obviously this is the rather attractive water tank thing. So I don't know, there's still a lot of stuff up here. I realised that a lot of stuff has gone. Did I mention Christmas cushions there? I think I said about that yesterday. I did toy with the idea of bringing one of my vacuum cleaners up and hoovering up here, and I thought, can I really be bothered to do that? I don't that often hoover the rooms I'm sitting in all the time, so that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. So it's a bit messy on the floor. I was going to take this bit of carpeting up, it's just an old off-cut or something, but then it does sort of even things out and cuts down the noise a bit, I suppose, to the bedrooms, if you happen to be doing any moving around up here. So yeah, I'll just go over here and show you that. So that's gone now. So this is, I've got the space back. Be interested to know what everybody else keeps in their loft. Is it the same sort of thing? I mean, I imagine it is. I don't know what else people keep up in their lofts that their ex-mother-in-laws or mothers-in-law or something, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you keep up there. I hope you found this fairly interesting. I shall just probably add this to an introduction and send this out on Friday. So you know, as I say, I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much for all the encouragement you've offered as well. It's been ever so kind. I do appreciate it, because it is hard work, and getting all that stuff down out the loft hatch just now that was here yesterday was quite a trial. But you've got to do it, haven't you, when you haven't got anybody else. You need to get on with it. And I do, as I say, for safety's sake, I always keep a phone on me when I come up in the loft, and I'm either I'm usually in the house on my own when I do this sort of thing. Mind you, yesterday I sent a message to my daughter. Let me just turn the camera around. I know, probably better looking the other way. I'm a right old mess, and very hot and sweaty again. Yeah, I sent a message to my daughter yesterday, the one that lives literally around the corner, and I said to her, look, just to let you know, I'm going in the loft and you're my first point of call if anything happens to me. And she didn't reply for about 2 hours, so I thought it wouldn't really have helped anyway, would it? So anyway, sorry about the light. I shall see you next time, and you take care. Thanks again for all your support, and yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.